Imagine a dance move so iconic, so visually stunning, that for decades it fueled a global mystery. It was a moment of pure spectacle, a feat that seemed to defy the very laws of physics. The year was 1987, and in his smooth criminal short film, Michael Jackson and his dancers, dressed in sharp pinstripe suits and fedoras, tilted forward at a seemingly impossible 45-degree angle. Their bodies remained perfectly straight, rigid as a board, creating an illusion that mesmerized millions. This move, the anti-gravity lean, became an enduring symbol of Michael Jackson's creative genius. For years, the public puzzled over the secret behind it, believing it to be a physical impossibility, a secret of biomechanical mastery alone. But the truth behind this masterpiece of performance art is far more complex and even more brilliant than anyone could have imagined. This is the story of how the King of Pop became an inventor, blending art and engineering to create a legacy of illusion. The origin of this legendary move began not on a stage, but on a film set. For the 1987 Smooth Criminal music video, the dramatic 45-degree lean was initially achieved through a system of cables and harnesses. These supports allowed Michael and his dancers to lean forward without falling, creating a purely cinematic effect. However, a critical logistical challenge emerged when it came time to replicate the move for live performances on his world tours. Michael Jackson, a notorious perfectionist, understood that visible cables and harnesses were simply unacceptable for a live show. They would betray the illusion, distracting the audience and limiting the dancers' fluid movements. For an artist who strived to create a completely immersive and magical experience for his fans, this compromise was a non-starter. The stakes were high. How could he translate a special effect from a movie screen to the spontaneous, unencumbered world of a live stage without breaking the magic? The need for a practical, invisible solution became the direct catalyst for a radical and ultimately revolutionary innovation. Michael's challenge was to turn a cinematic illusion into a practical reality. But to do so, he had to think beyond dance. He had to think like an inventor. And this is where the story takes a fascinating turn. The art became the driving force behind a technical problem-solving process. He refused to accept the limitations of the moment and instead sought an elegant engineering solution that would allow the dancers to perform the seemingly impossible feat without compromising the spontaneity or aesthetic of the performance. His genius was not just in performing the move, but in conceiving the very mechanism that would make it possible. The solution was not a solo effort by the King of Pop, but the result of a powerful creative collaboration. Michael Jackson, along with his longtime designers Michael Bush and Dennis Tompkins, developed the anti-gravity lean into a patented invention. The patent was applied for in 1992 and officially granted on October 26, 1993, as U.S. Patent Number 5255452. The document, titled Method and Means for Creating Anti-Gravity Illusion, described in precise detail the shoe and stage system that made the move possible. This official patent filing cemented the move not merely as choreography, but as a legitimate technical innovation, a formal part of his legacy in the world of intellectual property. This act of patenting reveals a previously unseen side of Michael Jackson. He wasn't just the King of Pop, he was a shrewd and discerning entrepreneur, a technological enthusiast who was fiercely protective of his creative rights,
much like his famous acquisition of the Beatles' song catalog. But here's the most surprising part of the story. Michael was under no legal obligation to include the names of his collaborators, Michael Bush and Dennis Tompkins, on the patent. Yet he did so willingly, ensuring his partners received the credit and recognition they deserved. This gesture, a profound act of generosity, demonstrated that for Michael, intellectual property was not just a tool for protection, but a means to share the credit and celebrate the creative minds who helped him realize his artistic vision. This trusting partnership, where the technical expertise of Dennis and the creative genius of Michael Bush came together, was the true secret behind the illusion. The magnificent illusion was built on a deceptively simple and ingenious mechanical system composed of two key elements: the footwear and a retractable stage pin. The custom-designed shoes featured a V-shaped notch in the heel, strategically placed to hook onto a metallic pin that would rise from the stage floor. To perform the lean, the dancer would slide their feet forward, locking the heel notch onto the pin, creating a secure and virtually invisible anchor point for the audience. But the genius of the design goes beyond its mechanical function. It's rooted in the principles of physics and biomechanics. Leaning a human body forward beyond its center of gravity is an inherent path to falling. The anchor pin solved this problem by acting as a fulcrum. When engaged, the shoe and pin fixed the feet in place, allowing the body to form a stable, cantilevered structure. A deep biomechanical analysis from a study published in the Journal of Neurosurgery Spine further demystified the move. The study confirmed that while the shoe made the 45-degree lean possible, the execution depended on Michael Jackson's extraordinary core and leg strength. The analysis concluded that the move was not a mere trick, but a physical feat that required immense bodily control, transforming him from a showman into an elite athlete whose command over his body was unparalleled. The technology was the enabler, but the magic was all Michael. The anti-gravity lean became a highlight of Michael's tours, demanding impeccable synchronization and precision between him and his stage crew. The sheer perfection of his execution was a testament to his mastery of combining art and stage technology. However, even the most ingenious design is not foolproof. In a single, publicly documented instance in Tokyo in 1996, the stage pin system failed during a performance, causing Michael to fall. The incident, though rare, humanized the performance and validated the genius of the system by demonstrating that its success depended on precise mechanical execution. The near-perfect track record of the move is a testament to the reliability of the system and the precision of its performance. The legacy of the anti-gravity lean is twofold. On one hand, it cemented Michael Jackson's status as an icon of entertainment innovation, demonstrating his relentless drive to go beyond convention to create something truly spectacular. On the other hand, it inspired a new generation of dancers to push the boundaries of what was thought possible. The neurosurgeons who studied the move even concluded that Michael's search for physical and artistic perfection pushed dancers to jump higher, stretch further, and spin faster than ever before. The anti-gravity lean remains a timeless symbol of how a creative vision, when combined with determination and brilliant engineering, can create the impossible.